Today the conversation around Netflix's top shows is bigger than ever, and the current lineup dominating the global charts is pulling in staggering numbers week after week, creating both social buzz and critical conversations about where streaming television is heading. When viewers log in now, they're greeted by a familiar face at the very top: My Life with the Walter Boys Season 2, a series that has managed to strike the perfect balance of heartfelt emotion and bingeable high school drama, racking up more than 11 million views in just a single week. The show's popularity isn't just about teen romance, it's the design of the narrative arcs, the way cinematography and editing deliver warmth and intensity in equal measure, and the performances that keep audiences emotionally invested. You notice how the camera lingers on quiet moments, giving space for characters to breathe, and then cuts sharply in moments of conflict to heighten tension. Add to that a carefully curated soundtrack with indie ballads and subtle scoring that mirrors the highs and lows of adolescence, and it's clear why fans are glued to it. The unique selling point is its authenticity. Despite leaning on familiar tropes of high school drama, it doesn't feel manufactured. It feels lived in, which explains why it continues to dominate viewership charts. Right behind it, Hostage, a limited series that has caught fire with global audiences, pulls you into a claustrophobic narrative space where every whisper and glance feels like it could erupt into violence. The series has been carefully engineered in terms of pacing. Editing is sharp, often cutting in at moments that make you instinctively hold your breath. Lighting is controlled to keep the mood tense, using shadows and narrow spaces to amplify unease. Sound design plays a starring role, with footsteps, creaks, and silences often louder than dialogue itself. In performance terms, the cast strikes a delicate balance of emotion and restraint, allowing confrontations to crackle with barely suppressed intensity. Unlike broader thrillers, Hostage thrives on its intimacy. It doesn't need explosions or sweeping sets to keep you hooked, because the power struggles and moral ambiguities between characters provide a slow burn that feels inevitable and inescapable. The unique selling point is its psychological grip. It traps you as effectively as the characters are trapped within its narrative. Sitting comfortably in the top 3 is Wednesday Season 2, and this is where gothic flair collides with supernatural mystery. Stylistically, it's drenched in atmosphere, with production design obsessed with detailed dim interiors, antique textures, muted color palettes, and bursts of strangeness that pull you into Nevermore Academy's eccentric world. Technically, the cinematography uses framing to keep Wednesday at the center while her environment looms over her, visually underscoring her outsider status. The show also embraces humor with razor-sharp timing, balancing supernatural intrigue with sarcasm and wit that prevent the darkness from becoming overwhelming. A headline-grabbing addition this season has been Lady Gaga's cameo as Rosalind Rosewood along with her original track Dead Dance, which doesn't just serve as marketing leverage but actively deepens the gothic pop atmosphere of the series. This fusion of music, celebrity presence, and gothic storytelling elevates the brand of Wednesday from a cult favorite to a cultural phenomenon. Viewership numbers back this up, with Part 1 of the season landing over 50 million views in its debut week, a reminder that Netflix has found in Wednesday not only a hit but a pillar of its content identity. Beyond the top 3, Netflix's broader lineup continues to stretch across genres. Squid Game Season 2 remains one of the most remarkable feats of streaming television, setting records with 68 million views in just 4 days after its release and securing the #1 spot across more than 90 countries. This season doubles down on what made the first so memorable, weaving raw human survival drama with biting social critique. Every frame is carefully constructed to contrast desperation and spectacle, the visuals dripping with stylized violence yet never straying from the emotional core of ordinary people pushed into extraordinary cruelty. The design elements extend to set construction, where bright childish motifs clash with deadly stakes, a visual language that both shocks and compels. Its unique selling point lies in how it transcends borders, embedding local Korean social commentary into a universal parable about inequality and desperation, which explains why its impact resonates across cultures. Another standout this year is Adolescence, a British crime and psychological drama that distinguishes itself technically through its ambitious one-take approach, with each episode unfolding in a single continuous shot. This design choice immediately separates it from conventional television, creating an unbroken sense of realism and immersion. You feel the tension escalate because there's no editing relief, no safe cut to let you breathe. The story itself, about a 13-year-old wrongly accused of murder, gains gravity through this method, forcing viewers to confront the narrative without distraction. Critics have responded with near universal acclaim, reflected in its exceptionally high scores, and audiences have rewarded it with almost 100 million views in its first few weeks, propelling it onto Netflix's all-time most popular lists. Its unique selling point is precisely this experimental cinematography that transforms television into a stage-like experience while still holding cinematic polish. Switching tone, When Life Gives You Tangerines from South Korea offers a softer slice-of-life romance with a nostalgic touch. Starring heavyweights IU and Park Bo-gum, the show thrives on emotional warmth, small-town nostalgia, and the chemistry between leads that translates across cultural lines. Production choices highlight gentle pacing, natural light, and color palettes rich in orange and gold hues to visually echo its title. The soundtrack leans into acoustic tones, enhancing its wistful mood. The critical recognition has been enormous, with 8 Baeksang Awards including Best Drama, proof that even in an era of high-concept thrillers and dystopian epics, audiences still crave intimacy and tenderness. On the other end of the spectrum sits Devil May Cry, an animated adaptation of the beloved video game franchise. Released in April 2025, its visuals are crafted by Studio Mir, known for fluid fight choreography and dynamic environments. The animation design is saturated with neon palettes, supernatural flourishes, and explosive movement that mirrors gameplay but translates into a cinematic experience. Technically, the pacing is frenetic yet purposeful, ensuring every sequence carries both spectacle and narrative weight. The unique selling point is its ability to satisfy both loyal fans of the game and new audiences by bridging interactive and passive storytelling, something animation is uniquely positioned to do. Renewal for a second season just a week after its debut speaks volumes about its impact. The First Frost, a Chinese romantic youth drama, has surged with unprecedented popularity, achieving more than 25 billion views across platforms and consistently ranking among Netflix's global leaders. The design ethos here is glossy yet emotionally resonant, mixing youthful energy with traditional romantic beats. Character chemistry fuels its success, but equally important is the meticulous production design that presents modern China in aspirational, dreamlike tones. Its unique selling point lies in scale. Not only is it widely viewed within its home market, but its resonance has extended internationally, highlighting Netflix's expanding global reach. Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black is returning with Season 2, picking up where Kimmy's journey through the Bellari Cosmetics empire left off. The series capitalizes on Perry's signature-style melodramatic flair mixed with sharp dialogue and unexpected twists. Design elements focus on glamorous sets and polished costuming that reflect both the allure and toxicity of the beauty industry. The performances are heightened, and the narrative thrives on sudden reversals, keeping audiences hooked episode to episode. The unique selling point is its blend of soap opera theatrics with contemporary social commentary about ambition, betrayal, and the costs of power. Looking toward September premieres, House of Guinness from Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight is already sparking anticipation with its period drama focus on the Guinness dynasty. The visual design emphasizes 19th century authenticity, with production recreating Dublin and New York in meticulous detail.